Good morning. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about market power. Market power. One of the main aspects or one of the main difficulties that may prevent competition in electricity markets, especially from the GenCo side, is called the market power. When an owner of a generation facility in a restructured power industry is able to force significant influences, or rather, if he or she is able to force monopoly on pricing or availability of electricity, we say market power. We say that the market power exists. If so, it prevents both competition as well as customer choice. So the formal definition of market power can be owning the ability by a seller or a group of sellers to drive price over a competitive level, control the total output, or exclude competitors from a relevant market for a significant period of time. To explain this, to explain how GenCo exercises market power and how the ISO is forced to buy power from the costly GenCo which exercises market power, we will do a case study. Before that, I'll just introduce a term known as Herfindahl-Hirschman index, or HHI. Herfindahl-Hirschman index, or HHI. This is a measure of market power. This index measures market power. Okay, so, or rather we can say that this is a measure of concentration that reflects the number of participants and the inequality of their market shares. Measures the same thing, measures the inequality of the market shares or dominance of any participant over others. See, participant implies here it is GenCo. Mostly here what we mean is GenCo. Okay, from GenCo's context only we define Herfindahl-Hirschman index. Now, if n is the number of participants, then suppose SI is the ith participants market share. Ith participants market share. This can be represented in terms of percentage or per unit. Okay. Now the market share is either expressed in per unit in the case where the maximum value of HHI is 1, or it can be represented in terms of percent also. In this case, the maximum value of HHI is 100. No, 10,000, because I'll tell you how the HHI is calculated. HHI equals sigma I equals 1 to n SI squared. Okay, this is the HHI. This is the measure or mathematical definition of HHI. Now we'll see how HHI is measured. HHI is evaluated for a scenario, for a realistic scenario. Suppose a market, example, a market has two participants, okay, of equal size, and suppose the HHI value is equal to 5,000 in percentage or 0.5 in per unit. Okay. So now this value is calculated by HHI is equal to y by y plus y into 100 the whole square plus y by y plus y into 100 the whole square. So the size of the market has two participants of equal size. Suppose this equal size is y, then if you take suppose this is a GENCO, these two participants are two GENCOs, then the size of first GENCO is y, size of first GENCO is y, size of second GENCO is also y. This is GENCO 1, this is GENCO 2, because it is mentioned that they have equal size in the market, right? So the total market size is y plus y, which comes in the denominator, and the proportion of first GENCO's market share is y, right? So y by y plus y, which is represented in terms of percentage, so into 100 is given, then the whole squared. That is what is this SI squared. Sigma I equals 1 to n SI squared. So here it is sigma, here it is 2, there are two participants, so sigma I equals 1 to 2 SI squared, right? That means S1 squared plus S2 squared. S1 squared is this one in terms of percentage, S2 squared is this one in terms of percentage. So both the GENCOs have equal market size, so that is why we have given y by y plus y, and for the GENCO 2 also the proportion of market share is y, so y by y plus y again into 100 the whole squared. So here what you are getting is 1 by 2 into 100 the whole squared plus 1 by 2 into 100 the whole squared. So what is your HHI here? In this case you are getting your HHI as 500, right? 500. Now that means 0.5 into 0.5 into 100 the whole squared plus 0.5 into 100 the whole squared, which means 50 squared plus 50 squared, right? This is 5,000, right? 5,000. Okay, 5,000. So this is 5,000. Now, so HHI in terms of percentage is 5,000. Then now in per unit basis, how to get it in per unit basis? Don't convert this into percentage, right? Just keep it as per unit itself. So equals y by y plus y. There is no multiplication with 100 squared plus y by y plus y the whole squared, which is equal to 0.5 squared plus 0.5 squared, which is equal to 0.5 per unit, right? So HHI in per unit basis is 0.5 per unit here, and HHI in percentage basis is 5,000 in this case. Now Another example we'll do. How is the market power exercised? The following example shows how is market power exercised. Okay, how is market power exercised? There are two cases. In the first case, we study exercising market power when a power supply has a large market share. When a power supply has large market share. Okay, now I will draw a system in which three lines are there. Here one GENCO is there. Here another GENCO is there. Here the third GENCO. That means the numbers we'll give. Let this be GENCO 3. Let this be GENCO 2, and this be GENCO 1. Now there is a load connected at the third bus. This is third bus. This is second bus. This is first bus. Okay, so the third bus, the load connected is 600 megawatts. Now the capacity is shown. GENCO 2 is of 250 megawatts. GENCO 3 is of 630 megawatts. GENCO 1 is of 120 megawatts. This is the capacity. Okay, this is the capacity. Now the price for GENCO 1 is 120 megawatts at $8 per megawatt hour. Here GENCO 2 has a price of 250 megawatts at $14 per megawatt hour. Then GENCO 3, here GENCO 3 has a price of 330 megawatts at $23 per megawatt hour. Okay, $23 per megawatt hour. There is no space. That is why I am not writing here per megawatt hour. Okay, I'll just per megawatt hour. Okay, per megawatt hour. So this is the case. Now the three generating companies are GENCO 1 with a maximum capacity of 120 megawatts, GENCO 2 with a maximum capacity of 250 megawatts, and GENCO 3 with a maximum capacity of 630 megawatts. Now let us find the HHI in this case. HHI, the market share in this case. HHI for this situation is equal to, how many participants are there? 3 participants are there. Sigma I equals 1 to 3, right? SI squared, which is equal to, for the first GENCO 1, the capacity is 120 megawatts. What's the total capacity? 120 plus 250 plus 120 plus 250 plus 630, right? Total is 120 plus 250 plus 630. This is equal to 1000, right? So this squared plus second GENCO's capacity is 250 divided by 1000, the whole squared, plus here 630 divided by 1000 the whole squared, which is equal to 0.0144 plus 0.0625 plus 0.3969, which is equal to 0.4738 in per unit basis. So this is the HHI for this particular case. Now you can find this in percentage basis also. You can multiply each of these terms, I mean inside the square, in the inside the bracket, each term you can multiply with 100, then you will get 4738. This is 0.738 in percentage basis. In percentage basis, you will get it as 4738. What is this? HHI. Okay. Now, in the first example, we are trying to show how market power can be exercised when one of the power supplies has a large market share. Here you can see Genco 3 owns the maximum share of the total generation capacity, which is equal to 630 megawatts by 1000 megawatts. That is 63% is the here. This is 63%. The third Genco's market share is 63%. Market share of third Genco is 63%. So if we ignore the limitation of the transmission lines, limitation in the sense maximum power transfer capacity of each transmission line, if we ignore that, then Genco 3 can monopolize the market because load 3 needs much more power than the total capacity of the other resources, that is Genco 1 and Genco 2, which are cheaper when compared to Genco 3. That means Genco 1 can generate up to 120 megawatts at $8 per megawatt hour, and Genco 2 can generate up to 250 megawatts at $14 per megawatt hour. But you know that Genco 3 is costlier when compared to Genco 1 and Genco 2. But still, the problem here is the load is 600 megawatts, right? 600 megawatts. So to feed the load completely, major share of power should come from Genco 3. Even though it is costlier, we have to rely upon Genco 3 for satisfying the load demand. So Genco 3 can exercise its market power in this particular situation. It means when Genco 3 wants to exercise its market power, it can ask for any price for its electrical power production to fulfill the load L3's demand. Load L3 is this one, load L3's demand. Okay.